Hey folks, welcome back. I'm Derek Jones, your host for the third and final video in our training series, Getting You Started. And this video training will actually walk you through the process of getting your application approved by Facebook for use in a production environment. So the first thing I want to do is I want to make sure that you have your application set and ready for the approval process. So the step that you need to do at the moment is to be on your dashboard and click on Projects, and then go into the app that you created the other day. If you remember from the training, I had created this Manage ODCGI app, and so you go into Actions, Responses, and what I want you to do is just to make sure that one, you've activated the demo data that we provided you, and two, that you've added your own sets of commands to the demo data that you feel is appropriate for properly interacting with your customer given the products and services that you want to offer. I will tell you that the demo data that we provide you is sufficient to get the application approved by Facebook, but it certainly would be of benefit to you to have a complete set of commands. So that being said, and assuming you have all of this, then let's go ahead and proceed over to the Facebook side. So we're going to bring up a new tab, and we're going to navigate to developers.facebook.com. And once landing here, what we're going to do is go up to the upper right corner to My Apps, and you're going to pull down and select the app that you just created from the second video, actually from the first video. And so what we're going to do, in my case, it's this Manage ODCGI app. And what you should see when you open this up is you should see the dashboard, you should see the name of your app, and you should see on the left-hand side the products list with Messenger and webhooks. And what I want you to do is I want you to click on Messenger. And once you click on Messenger, what you should see is a green complete. If you don't see green complete under webhooks, if you don't see this green complete, then that means you didn't complete the process correctly following the first video, and you need to go back through that video step by step until you achieve a green complete. Now, assuming that you've successfully accomplished that and you're at this stage with me, then the next thing we're going to do are the steps required to get approval. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to click here under Select Page, and you're going to pick the page that you created. And so the page that I created was this On-Demand Computer Genie. You'll pick the one that's appropriate for you. And then once you have that properly selected, you're going to come down here and you're going to request permission. When you click on Request Permission, there are two options that come up on the left, and you want to pick the top one, Pages Messaging. And once you've selected on Pages Messaging, you're going to come down here and you're going to click on Add One Item. And now we're going to make this app public. And we are working with Page Messaging, and we need to click on Edit Notes. So you're under Current Submission, Page Messaging, Edit Notes. So we click on Edit Notes, and you'll see a diagram of a phone. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on, these are acknowledgement boxes. The first acknowledgement is the app does not send advertisement or promotional messages. You see, Facebook doesn't allow direct promotional advertising, but you can do it indirectly. So you're going to click on this, and you're going to click on this, that you basically it's that you understand and agree that you're not using it as a plugin for websites, which we're not. And then you're going to come and pick the page that you're actually going to be interfacing with your app. In my case, it's this, again, On-Demand Computer Genie page. You would be looking for the page that you want to interact with. So now that being selected, the next question is, are you developing this app for other businesses to use? You can say either yes or no. In my case, I'm going to be saying yes, about 1 to 10 businesses. You need to answer this however it's appropriate for your business. You may be just doing this for a single site, which is your own, or it could be for a collection of businesses. Whichever the case is, that's the selection that you want to make. So now the next step that you're going to take is you're going to come down to this next box where it says describe how you're using the send receive API. And what I want you to do is I want you to click inside this box. Now, we've made this process as simple for you as we possibly can. And so what I want you to do is I want you to click back over to the tab with Rocket Responder. And I want you to be, hopefully you left it right where we left off with all the commands here. And what I want you to do is I want you to navigate down to where it says Contains Commands, and I want you to select Edit, and then I want you to copy this entire text line under Messages here. So what we've done is we've provided you with the selection or the collection of commands that you need to populate this field. So let me paste this in, and then let me describe to you what you're doing. What we're doing is we are preparing a submission to Facebook to identify the commands that we are issuing to the page that we're interacting with, and we're giving so we're identifying the commands, and then we're going to give a demonstration of how the commands operate. They need to be able to see this. They need to be able to observe it so that they can approve it. So what we're going to do is we're going to format this the way they like it. So the way we do that is we delete this out, and we simply will start with the first command, putting a 1, going to the next command, dropping it down. Each command has to be on its own individual line. That's number 2. Then you're going to come down to the next line, number 3, and so on. You're going to continue this process all the way through each and every command. Now, if you'll notice, this is not all the commands that were generated in your app. This is simply a collection of representative commands that we are providing Facebook. So you don't have to give them all, but you do have to provide a good, strong representative collection. Now, if you were to submit this and they were to deny it for any reason, all you need to do is to examine closely the reason. They'll give you the reasons why they denied your request or your application, and you simply need to make the corrections based on whatever it is that they've described to you. But in general, you'll find that the process is fairly straightforward and fairly simple. It's just the mechanics of going through and getting these set up on individual lines and giving them a strong enough collection so that they can understand what the commands are that are going to be interacting with the page. So now that we have the commands each on their own individual line, notice I've given about 10 commands. What we're going to now do is we're going to come down and we're going to upload a screencast. Now, what is a screencast? Well, there's a number of ways that we can actually develop a screencast. In simple terms, a screencast is a process of where you're capturing the interaction or the behavior of the screen as it's interacting with the page. In this case, it's a cell phone screen. And so I actually have one that I've saved that I can show you. And so what we'll do is we'll bring that up here real quick. Okay, I have one that I've already saved and recorded, so I can show you. So let me bring that up real quick. Bear with me for 1 second. So this is what a screencast looks like. So here is my cell phone. And what I've done is I've actually recorded the screen, hence a screencast. I've recorded the screen, and the concept here is that, as you see, as I move along the recording, you can see where a command is typed in, how are you, and then you can see what the response is. And so what Facebook wants to see is Facebook actually wants to see this. They want to see the commands that you've provided in the list. They want you to issue each command, and they want to see what the response is, and they want to see it actually working in a screencast. Now, this is actually very simple to do. If you're on a Macintosh, it's extremely easy, because all you need to do is you need to go up and you need to use your QuickTime player, which is already on your Macintosh, and simply run your QuickTime player. And what you're going to do is you're going to be doing this new screen recording. And if your phone is actually plugged into the side of your Mac through your USB, it'll automatically record the phone. It'll detect it and record it. And so that will take care of the screencast if you have a Macintosh. Now, if you have a Microsoft computer, then you'll have to use, there's a number of freeware products that are out there. You can use one your own, and we will provide one or a link to one that you can grab that will provide you with the same process, so that you can create your own screencast and record those commands for Facebook to be able to see your work in progress. So once you get the screencast completed, then the next step is to come back over to this section under Facebook. And what you're going to do is you're going to choose right here, choose a file to upload. You're going to go find that file. You're going to click on it. I'm not going to do it here because I'm not going to actually submit this one. But you're going to go and you're going to pick the file and you're going to upload it. And then once you've completed that, you're going to click on Save. Now, once you've done that, you're done. At this point, you've completed the process, and all you can do now is wait for Facebook to come back with their approval or rejection. I will tell you that in general, this is a very straightforward, very simple process. And even if for any reason they should reject your application, just again read the reasons behind the rejection, address them, correct them, and resubmit. And before long, you will have this completely approved running, and you'll be on your way to automated interactions with your customers on your Facebook pages. So folks, thank you very much for participating in this video training series. We appreciate it. We'll look for you in the next set. Take care. Thank you very much.